G'day and welcome to Starting the Sissi Fan with Jenny Brandis. Sissi is the fourth pattern of the Series 7 of Jenny Brandis Lace Pattern a Month. Sissi starts at the foot side and has a straight foot side both across the start and down the curved side. I am working on an enlarged version of the pattern along with number 40 crochet cotton. Step 1. We will be starting at the foot side corner by hanging in 4 pairs in the open or rainbow configuration. Put up the pin. 1, 2, 3 and 4. The outside 2 pairs will go along the straight foot side, while the inner 2 pairs start the curved foot side. To start, cross stitch the right outside pair through the 2 inner pairs and tension. That is going to lock them together. Put a twist on that pair and lay it down. Add 2 twists on the left pair and lay them both aside for the moment. Add a single twist on both remaining pairs. I'm going to work along the top line as I add pairs, so I'm going to pin the 2 right pairs off to the side out of the way while I separate the 2 left pairs. Step 2. Hang a single cross stitch passive pair that will work down the curved foot side. Put up the pin between the 2 left pairs and hang a pair. Cross stitch the twisted passive pair through the new pair, tension and add a twist. This pair is called a twisted passive, while the new pair will be a cloth stitch passive. The next pair in the curved foot side will be a twisted passive pair, with the straight foot side on the right. Move the curved foot side pairs aside and pin them out of the way. Step 3. Bring the left pair down beside the rest. Put up a temporary pin above and to the left before hanging the next 2 pairs on it. Add 2 twists to the left pair, hole stitch, cross, twist through the right pair and put up the pin and tension. As this is a straight foot side, I don't close the pin. This new right pair will go through the right foot side as a weaver pair. To prevent this leftmost pair being pulled into the work, pin it off to the left for the moment. I'm going to be using pins to secure the left pair on each new set of pairs in the same way. Next, work the twisted passive pair through the 2 pairs to its left. Cross, twist, tension. Cross, twist, tension. Lay the twisted passive pair off to the left and continue with the right weaver into the curved foot side. Step 4. Add a second twist onto the weaver pair, cross stitch through the curved foot side passive pair, add 2 twists to the weaver. Now we're at the curved foot side edge. Hole stitch through the twisted passive pair, also called the outside passive pair. Make sure there is 1 twist on the foot side pair before working the hole stitch with the 2 weaver pairs. Be aware where you are placing this pin, as the 2 first pins are very close together. Tension the work. I am using a much thicker thread than usual to make it easier for you to see what is happening. That has changed the active weaver pair, so make sure that the outside weaver has 2 twists on it and the income weaver has 1 twist. Hole stitch through the outside passive pair, add 2 twists to the weaver pair and cross stitch through the passives. 2 twists on the weaver and tension. Now that is ready for the next incoming weaver pair at this pin. In the meantime, put those 4 pairs aside. Bring down the next 3 pairs. The right pair is going into the work, the middle pair is the twisted passives, and the left is the foot side weavers. Step 5. Hang in 2 more pairs, add 2 twists to the left pair and anchor pin to the side. Hole stitch through the foot side weaver pair, put up the pin and tension before laying the left pair aside. Bring in the twisted passives and work with hole stitch through both pairs of weavers to the left. Lay the passives and the left weaver pair aside while we work to secure the right. This pin is worked in half stitch. I am going to work the new right pair down through the curved foot side as I go, as I prefer the way that it anchors and tensions the work. Step 6. In this pattern, the footside joining pin is worked in half stitch. This takes the curved footside weaver out into the body of the lace and introduces a new curved footside weaver pair. This has the added advantage of using less thread on the weaver pairs as they are being constantly replaced at each footside joining pin. Putting the second twist on the incoming weaver pair, cross stitch through the passive pair and add 2 twists to the weaver pair. This gives a nice decorative gap either side of the cross stitch passives. Hole stitch through the twisted passives and work the straight footside at the outside pin. Add a second twist on the outside weaver pair and put up the pin. Tension and lay the outside pair aside. You can, because the pins are so close together, use a single twist on the outside. In fact, that is what I'm going to do from now on. Bring the change weaver through to the next footside joining pin before returning to the top to add the next 2 new pairs. Step 7. Let's bring all of these down out of the way while we bring in the next 2 new pairs. Put in the temporary pin and hang 2 pairs open on it. Add 2 twists to the left pair and pin that pair aside. Hole stitch through the existing weaver pair, put up the pin and tension. Pick up the twisted passive pair and hole stitch through both weaver pairs to the left. Step 8. Put the left pair aside for the moment as we work in torchon ground through the body of the lace to the curved footside. Cross, twist, pin, cross, twist. This is also called half stitch ground. 2 twists on the right pair, tension and note that we change footside weavers at this pin. Cross stitch through the passives, add a twist and hole stitch through the twisted passives and the outside weavers. Put up the pin and change weavers before working back to the next footside joining pin. Put up the temporary pin and hang in the next 2 new pairs. Hole stitch through the existing weaver pair and put up the pin. Hole stitch the twisted passives through both weaver pairs to the left before laying it aside. Next we work the hanging passive pair for the first triangle ground in cross stitch and pin. Do not close this pin. Move all the pairs to the right before hanging on the next 2 new pairs. With the new right pair, hole stitch through the existing weaver pair and put up the pin. Switch to the twisted passive pair and work hole stitch through both weaver pairs to the left. This next pin is torchon ground. Note that the stitch in the lace body is a rose ground, so work the right in hole stitch now. Move these pairs aside, ready to bring in the next new pairs. Hang in the 2 new pairs and hole stitch through the weaver pair and put up the pin. Switch to the twisted passive pair and hole stitch through both weaver pairs to the left. Step 10. This time we do not work the inner pin as that weaver pair needs to become part of the incoming pair for the rose ground. So for now, just move them out of the way of the next 2 new pairs. Hang in the next 2 new pairs and hole stitch through the existing weaver pair. Switch to the twisted passives and hole stitch through the 2 weaver pairs. Now we work the torchon ground before hole stitching the rose ground's left incoming pairs. Although you can see I work the rose ground now, it is not shown on the working diagram until later. Either is correct. Move all the pairs aside so you can bring in the next new pair. Because I like a little bit of bling, I am adding a glitter pair to run through the inner side of the head side. The glitter thread is a little bit stretchy, so I need to tension it lightly. Cross stitch it through the weaver pair and add a twist to the weaver pair and put up the pin. Don't close that pin. Bring the twisted passives through to become the head side passives. Add a twist to the glitter pair. Work the glitter pair down the fan edge in half stitch, pin, half stitch until you get to the last stitch of the fan corner. This pin is worked hole stitch, pin, hole stitch to force the glitter thread to stay along the fan edge. That's the start of Sissi, the fan. Thank you for watching and please like and subscribe to keep seeing more video tutorials like this.